right, boom. So that's our startup. Now let's spend some time talking about how to get a trade done. Okay, and then we're going to get on this mock, and then we'll get Billie Eilish, and we'll get out of here. So, Smitty, how do you get trades done? What's your philosophy? Because you see me do a lot of trading, and I usually
This-
do more trades than most. How do you get yours done?
I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna get over JC. JC might be the best nickname we've ever done. Okay, trading. I instantly okay. So when I'm trading for obviously whatever you need, the pick, the you want to pick, you want to play, or whatever. I have to see if there's a need. So if you have a need, we have to exploit that. So like, okay, you could use which you totally understand. Most of your teams need running backs. So if I'm looking at a team like you have a wide receiver I want because you totally have a bunch of wide receivers. I'm like, okay, I drafted one too many running backs. I know that your team could use a running back, so I would offer that immediately. So we start with the need and then see how you feel from there. You know what? Let me start with don'ts really, because don'ts is what's important to me. If you start off with your lowest trade possible, like your lowest price, like your dirt price, I might get so offended to where I don't even care to like continue this dialogue. Honestly, like in like I know this is a game of who can get the most value, but you're also like you're dealing with people as well at the same time. So if you're gonna send such a low ball offer, offensive things like that, you will not get a trade out of that person in the future because you just straight up offended them with this low ball dirt trap that you're trying to send off. You're really, I don't know. So just really, I really do not suggest starting on the floor. Maybe start with middle price, like something you don't want to do, but could work. Maybe go from there and then up it. But starting on the dirt, I don't. Yeah, that's gonna affect you negatively with me personally. How do you feel about that?
You know, so you can't get a trade without an offer, right, Smitty?
I mean, that's true.
I
That's very
swear,
true.
I'm gonna get you a t. I'm gonna get you a Bruce Springsteen T-shirt that just says you can't get a trade without an offer.
What
That
is
was
that
my
really like? That's his merch. What?
no. I'm gonna get you that because you made the song instead of can't start a
Oh,
fire. You did. That's
I
gonna be your.
forgot.
That's good. That intro was great, but here's my thing. So in a
Hmm.
startup, I'm gonna reach out to most of the teams. Hey, I'm Brian. Yeah, and especially in leagues I commission, just I want to make friends with everyone in the draft. I want everyone in the draft to know that, you know what? I'm actually here to make trades. I'm here to do what's right for your team, and I'm here to help both teams. There is always a combination on anybody's team that can get a trade done if you're looking at what you're trying to. It's very rare that you can't do that. It's having the willpower to to work with somebody about it. And
Mm.
one of my favorite trades I've done, it was in a listener league. Tyler KC, if you're out there. Tyler and I were going back and forth. I was trying to trade the 111 in that draft pick because JJ was on the board. And we were going at it. And he finally shot me a DM and says, you know what? I just can't do this. I immediately sent him a response say, hey, stay with me. Let's get back to the drawing board. There's a trade to be done here. And we knocked that trade out about 5 minutes later. So no trade's a bad offer. Don't ever get offended by a
Ooh,
trade because, Smitty, if you're sending me a trade, you want to make a trade. We can make it happen. How
okay,
easy am
yeah,
I to
that's
work
true.
with when it's trading? And I always joke, Smitty, like there's only been one time that we have not been able to get a trade done. And it was the stupidest trade, too. I don't even know why we couldn't get it done. I can't remember what it is, but if you send me an offer, we usually knock out a trade, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. We can figure it out. You're right. It's just, oh man, dude. Sometimes the floor is just so dirty. Like I don't even. I mean, okay, I'm gonna just give an example. You send Zay Jones and Tyler Boyd for DK. Like that is, I mean, I can't think of a faster thing to decline. And then it's like now I know that's how you operate, and that's unfortunate. But you're right. That is just a conversation starter. I really probably should see it that way, as in, oh, okay, this person's interested in trading instead of taking offense. You're right. That is a great way to look at it.
Well, think about it like this. So someone sends you an insulting offer, and let's say that offer is I want Brees Hall and I want Drake London for who? Let's say we were talking about this. What's that trade, dude? Hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. I gotta say it. So
Oh, dude, it was so you were doing so good at making this like just like a random thing that you
I'm
just
sorry.
imagined.
Let's say
All
you
right.
send a trade, say I want Brees Hall and Drake London, and you send me Nico, and I'll send you Nico Collins and Roshan Johnson. Here's what I would do with that. I would shoot a D. I would actually counter that, and I would put in the DM, hey, let's get on the page for value wise. If this is something you want to move forward with, this is. I mean, these are values in here. Like that wasn't. And you know what? They don't want to do it. Good. We'll move on. But you know what? Sometimes they say, you know what? All right, this dude's ready to actually give me those players. Let's figure out how I got to do it now. So I think
Mm,
that's important. I think being friends
mm.
with everyone in the league, and I think letting your league mates know how you play fantasy football is important. So when you want to get a trade done with me, Smitty, you know I'm a process player. There's a process if I don't think I can win, and there's a process if I think I can win as well. And the same trade that I would send you if I don't think I can win and I'm processing the other way and you're trying to win is the same trade I would accept if the roles are reversed. That's how you truly get a trade done. Know what your league mates want. Know I'm a process player. Send me a good process trade. Don't try to send me because it's a 4 for 2. Don't try to send me one player and three crap. That's not a process trade. Send me a process trade and we'll start talking about it. Like, send me a good tear down. Send me, who did we say? Send me a trade, Jalen Reed in a second for Tank Dell or Nico Collins. Send it over. Process. Slammed. Like, I think that's important. Don't you?
No, I really do. I really do. It's just I'm really still hung up on this. You are absolutely right. Okay, if an offer even comes your way, that means a dialogue is here. Like they want to start a dialogue. So get the values right and see if we can move forward. I'm just really stuck on that part because that's something I personally need to learn myself. So instead of just rejecting all day, which I tend to do, or here's something that people here don't do this. Don't be me. You see an offer and just let it sit. I feel like
Nope.
that says something, but it totally doesn't. And then,
It's
if
stupid.
anything, it makes him think, "Oh my God! Whenever he wakes up from his slumber, he's going to accept this."
How often do you how often do you check your trade when you send one? How often do you look to see if someone's countered or if they've done it? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, every 5, like I don't know, every stoplight while you're driving.
No, I don't because it's just I just sit and wait for the for the notification that specifically says so and so proposed a trade, or so and so countered. I don't really. I mean, I assume that we all don't have that much time. You know. Ooh, what we got going
Yep.
on here?
So we'll get into this mock draft, but the last thing I got to say is why I get so many trades done is every single team in all of my leagues know I am actually here to make a good trade for both teams, but they also know that when they need something, they'll come to me first because I'm not going to insult them. I'm not going to try to rip them off. But if you need something, maybe our teams are going different directions and we will get that done. Be the person that everybody goes to first. And Smitty, I know you're going to send my ass a trade before anybody else when you need a running back or a wide receiver and you're just looking at tiers. Like, you'll send it over. You're like, I know what he wants. This will get done in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's a great relationship to build. You should probably we should probably have a how to trade segment just completely ran by you because I'm realizing I am way too emotional of a trader.
Nah, dude, don't. Be player agnostic, be unemotional, and make process trades.
Mm.
All right, let's let it rock. Smitty, this is what I love. We play so much different, and it's crazy when you look at our leagues. Like, it's not that one of us is better than the other. We just have completely different philosophies.
Sometimes
oh,
that's what makes this thing work. I love that.
All right, let's mock, baby. Let's look at this mock. So we've got Eric. Is it Eidholms? Is it? Has that how to pronounce that?
Ed Holmes.
Ed. Oh no, my bad. I got the wrong one up. Give me a second. That was the top 100. We're gonna skip that, by the way. Let's. Oh, wrong one.
Oh,
All right.
Bulls pulled it off.
Yeah, baby. I'm so afraid that Aaron Donald.
Donald's having a week, aren't they? First they get Angela Reese and Camila Cadorso, and then they also win. Like, what is? Shout out to that team. I mean, shout out to that city. And they're about to get Caleb. Like, what a freaking month they're having.
I'm terrified when I hit this button that you're gonna have a complete man crush blush moment for week 4 in a row if Aaron Donald pops up again. But let's find out.
Oh man,
Ooh, that's sexy
that pick
man.
19. Will we replace AD?
All right, this is Schrager's 2024 mock draft. He does one a year. This one was cool just because. How do I get this to just turn off? All right, well, we got ads here. Whatever. All right, so we got Chicago Bears 101, take Caleb Williams. Scratch. I would just love to see Jaden Daniels get picked 101. Not because I think he's better, just because I like him. You have made me fall in love with him. I'm an ASU boy, and I wasn't as in love with him as you are. This last 3 months, man, I'm in, bro. I'm friggin' in.
He just
There's
had one of those senior years that was just nuts. Like that
dude.
Heisman run was crazy, and it's hard to forget. Honestly, I don't know how well it'll translate, but I mean, I just hope for a glimmer of it. Frankly,
So let's say both of these hit their ceiling. Let's say Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams. And by the way, this mock, if you're not watching, Manders take Jaden Daniels number 2. But
right.
let's say they both hit their ceiling as high as they possibly can go. Are we talking Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson? And would you just rather have Lamar?
Yes, I love that. That is the that's essentially the comp. That's essentially the comp, and that's so. I love that you did that because they're coming out this year too. Man, well done, well done.
But you're not mad either way, right?
You're not mad either way, but you'd rather have Lamar. Just I feel like his upside's just a little higher with the rushing.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of with you, man. But I'll tell you what, if I've got, let's say I have 15 101 picks, which I don't. The only 101 picks I have, by the way, are the ones that I've personally drafted in startup drafts.
Oh, see, this guy's not a loser. He doesn't ever suck that bad. Good for you.
Dude, I've literally never had the 101. I've had the 102, don't get me wrong, multiple times. And I got the 102 in multiple leagues this year on those first-year punts that I was going for this draft class.
Oh, congrats.
But
success.
But here's the crap I don't like here, man. Drake May goes to New England Patriots at pick 3. Dude, how are you looking this for a rookie draft? Because I'm not. I mean, I think he moves to like the 106, dude, especially in a 1.75 premium. Like, I don't think people are going to dig this.
I get that, but May's no slouch. I mean, like the thing is, he's younger than everyone else, which appeals a lot to me. And plus, the Patriots, like they need a lot they need to do a lot with their team, which means they're low key punting the first year as well. So with that being the case, like May is growing with the team that has to be patient. I think this is a perfect. Okay, this is what I think you should do. If you're rebuilding, wait till this player's drafted, wait till he starts sucking, and then buy him, like in like week 5.
Yeah,
because that is ideal. Mm-hmm.
I do believe, with everything that I think about fantasy football, that he has by far the most upside between Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams, but you're inheriting more risk. And by that, if I put the comp in here, you slab Josh Allen's comp and Drake May turns into Josh Allen, you absolutely want Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes.
That's a fact. Yep. That's one hell of a comp, man. That's a fact. It's just you have to deal with the landing spot. You have to be willing to not do that well in 2024, and that's fine.
Yeah. His
Oh
bust
God, he's
potential is
blind.
higher than the other two. This is the one I hate. I think you hate it too as well. Actually, I kind of like this. Not, I lied. I like this. JJ McCarthy go. Oh, sorry. The New York Giants trade up to the 104 for the Cardinals pick, give them the 106, and they draft JJ McCarthy. And I forget what we get, but we get like a third and a second or something like that. But look, I'm not a big JJ McCarthy fan. He's going to end up on some of my squads. I'm not going to go into a rookie draft and be like, all right, this is going to be a QB3 for me. Like I can rely on this. Like there's a lot of risk here with him. So if he went to the New York Giants, I probably would. It would help me make the decision to just fade him and not think that that's going to be a spot I want him. So I like this in the mock draft. Hate it for JJ McCarthy though.
If I'm being very honest, I think he's gonna be just as good, if not slightly worse, because he's a rookie, than Daniel Jones.
God, they're going to be the same quarterback, aren't they?
Like it's like they have bigger concerns. I mean, that O line is not lovely. They traded away their best player. What the hell what are they gonna do? We don't even know what's Waller's deal. I'm gonna perfectly assume, because we don't know yet. I'm gonna just assume Waller's retiring. So it's God, I don't love it. I don't love it. But then again, Tyrod Taylor did make that situation work. So I don't know. I'm not in love with it either. That boy is gonna fall. And
Yep.
Ricky Mox. Yep.
And it's going to be crazy for the 104 in a rookie draft.
Yeah,
But the next pick is the Los Angeles Chargers. And I'm going to make an argument. Look, I'm not saying I'm going to do this, but let's just talk about it.
Okay.
If Marvin Harrison Jr. goes to the Chargers, he is 100% the most insulated player in this entire draft. He already is probably rated as the best talent, but the other couple play quarterback, so they become more valuable. He's one of the most hyped wide receivers to ever come out of college with a quarterback with a friggin' cannon. There is so much less risk on Marvin Harrison becoming a top 5 quarterback than there is any 3 of the quarterbacks becoming a top 5 quarterback. He gets 101. You at least have to think about him at the 101 if he goes to Los Angeles Chargers.
Ooh, boy. That I did not expect to hear that. Frankly, I'd rather have the Kyler Murray weapon than pick 6. I think I would go that direction. You know, okay, actually hold on. The Chargers did get rid of all their receivers. God, they definitely are gonna beef up that O line in the draft. Yeah, I think he might. You're right. He might still be 102. I don't know. He might fall to 103 because I still might want Daniels more than him. I don't love this spot, but at the same time, he's the guy, no question.
So I want
Right.
to pull up
It is a lot less risk. You're right.
I want to pull up something, and I want to pull up the Justin Jefferson rookie class real quick.
Oh, okay. And then at like
I
pick 6,
think I
you got
know a
him.
league
I
I
mean,
did this one in.
that's a struggle for me.
No, you know what? I'm going to go over the Jamar Chase rookie class. Okay, the year after. So this is the draft class that Trevor Lawrence came out of. Kyle Pitts, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, and Najee Harris came out of there.
Yep.
That was the rookie draft order that went, and Jamar Chase went at the 107. So when I talk about an insulated player, look at what Jamar Chase did. The rest are still risks. I mean, Jamar Chase was a lock coming out of college, and that's exactly what Marvin Harrison feels like to me. So if you don't want to have the potential of a bust, that's your 101, dude.
Terrific point. Terrific point. You're right. Damn. Imagine drafting Najee Harris over Jamar Chase with our context. Oh, man. Yeah. It's a great point.
I feel like that was the rookie draft that the entire thing changed and everyone hates running backs now. All right. Arizona Cardinals get Roma Doomsday at the 106. I couldn't love this more. There's a good chance Rome is actually the best wide receiver in this class. I don't know. We're going to find out over the next couple of years, but dude, this guy's elite. Like his comp is Larry Fitzgerald. Like it is Larry Fitzgerald. How awesome would it be Larry 2.0 in a Cardinals jersey?
I love that. I love that. See, it's situations like this where I know Kyler Murray's I like Kyler Murray a lot more than Herbert. If I was in a startup, I'm I'm drafting Kyler before Herbert. I just really believe in what Kyler can do, and we have to stack him with his dog. If Kyler really does get Rome, I'm really going to consider him over Marvin Harrison. Now, is that the right move? I don't know, but it will be a thought.
Yeah, this one's going to be wild, man. I feel like in all my rookie drafts, like I'm at least positioning myself on the board to make sure I diversify the hell out of these three wide receivers, dude. Like any one of them can be the one, any one of them could be the three, but dude, these guys got some potential. All right, Tennessee Titans. Joe Alt goes always Joe Alt to the
Good for
Tennessee
them.
Titans. Dallas Turner to the Falcons. Don't
They get
care.
defense. That's important.
These are the two picks that I almost hate the most inside of here. I love them and hate them at the same time. So Indianapolis Colts trade up to the 9 and draft Malik Neighbors. So now we have AR5, Michael Pittman, JT, and Malik Neighbors. Now in real football, I love this because I feel like all those players all are like the same exact mold. Like Neighbors and AR-15, like they're lethal when they start running the football. I would love this, but man, fantasy, this is going to break the hearts of Pittman fans out there, and this is going to skyrocket AR-15's value.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, just I'm stuck on the fantasy angle, and I don't like it. But see this Peter Schrager guy. See, he is shaking things up. I like him. No, okay. Oh God. See, imagine if the Bears kept this pick and they were to draft Neighbors. Neighbors and Caleb Williams is what I want. Is what I want. That's what I want. But okay, let's see. They got a future second. Oh, that's it. Yes, sir. I don't even know.
And they traded to the 15th. Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is actually an L. Sorry.
I want a receiver or Brock Bowers. I'm in on Brock Bowers now. I wish I did that last episode, but I want Caleb to get some help over there. That for sure.
Yes, like some
All
young
right.
help that he can grow with.
Man, Josh Downs is irrelevant, dude. Oh,
I forgot, dude. I forgot about him. And then Alec Pierce, my boy. Oof.
Alec Pierce isn't making the team if
Yeah, send him to the waiver wire tonight. Jesus.
Yeah, he'll start being the strength coach because all he does is cardio. So it's great. All right, so Brock Bowers goes to the Jets. Anybody heard last week's pod? We don't need to talk much about this.
Yeah, that's right.
We do not like it.
Absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you feel that way, but I hate it.
Yeah, Minnesota does not draft a quarterback at the 11.
Oh my God! So this guy's actually doing what I think they're going to do. They're really about to ride it out with Sam Darnold. Jesus, what an L! I'm sorry, Minnesota fans. Y'all just got the punt this year.
I would love to see that trade happen to Cincy if they're going to punt this year and just say, you know what, we are going to kind of rebuild here.
Oh my
Denver,
God!
Denver doesn't draft a quarterback, which they draft a defensive player. Las Vegas Raiders don't draft a quarterback, and they draft an offensive tackle. Oh, that's
Honestly,
great.
These moves are kind of smart. Like this.
These are like real moves.
Yeah, this is kind of all right. I see you, Peter. I'm sorry.
Who's this Traber guy? Is he like Nostradamus? Like, what does he do? I mean, is he just like he's got all the intel?
Yeah, right. Because he really sat back and watched everybody lose their mind doing no offense to Daniel Jeremiah, but I did not like half of the stuff he gave us. And now here we are with Peter, and he's just smoking it. Like, shout out to Peter, man.
Go
We got
Peter.
O-line for the Raiders, love that. O-line for the Saints, perfect. I mean, Broncos getting defense, that's scary because that's a Sidham year, but like literally a Jared Sidham year, but we'll see.
Yeah, Saints
Oh
at the
my-
14. They get some help from the offensive tackle. Love it. The Bears in the trade that they gave up Neighbors, they go get an offensive tackle, which puke. Please just pick Neighbors there, pick Rome there, pick anybody there. The next significant player, really, offensive wise, is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the 20. They go and get Brian Thompson Jr.
Hold on, can I say this real quick? I'm just quickly speaking on pick 19. This is the first mock draft since we lost Aaron Donald where they are not replacing Aaron Donald at all. In fact, they're getting an offensive tackle. That is interesting because that might make us. I'm not going to say we're going to have the best O line, but that's going to make us very top 5, top 3 maybe. But that defense is terrible. But go into Brian Thompson Jr. here. Love it.
Do you? I hate this. Who is this good for? Yeah, because
they lost Dio,
Who is this good for? Is this good for Pickens? Is this good for Russ? Is this good for
you don't want to hear this. You want to know who's good for?
Who?
Steelers country. Let's ride.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Yeah, you know what? Please set the Pittsburgh Steelers up for failure. Tomlinson, if you're listening, I love you. I love your team. Steeler Nation, I love you. I'm trying to save you from dealing with Russ Wilson as you just have hope. And it doesn't get there at the end. All right. So next offensive player is Minnesota at their 23rd pick. Go and select Bo Nix.
I like this. I've got to be very honest with you. I'm going to be very honest. I understand that his skill set is not as good as JJ's, but I will strongly JJ McCarthy. But I will strongly consider drafting Bo Nix over JJ McCarthy. And like I said, this is a consideration. Will I actually do it? I don't know, but the conversation in my head will be happening.
Man, they're both going to be a hard call. I think if the Giants, with the take McCarthy, I think it actually pushes them off of my board because I'm like, I don't like it. And I think if
all the way off.
Not all the way off, but like there's a point where like I'm just taking risk anyway. But it definitely makes me probably draft Bo Nix more for sure if he goes to the Vikings. But it's not that I'm a Nix believer, but I mean it's like at least there's some little bit more success rate there, right? I mean, more weapons for sure.
Yeah. And plus, I like the kid. Like, I mean, I like the kid. I think I like him more than I should, if I'm being honest. Xavier Worthy to the Cowboys, I just don't. You know what? Okay, sorry. Let me be honest.
Of course, we hate this.
Dak is very capable to make this work. In fact, this is actually fantastic for the Cowboys.
It is. I hate it because
this is sexy. Like this is it. Oh my god!
Dude, does that not just like scream Jerry Jones? Like, all right, I'm gonna go get the fastest player to ever play the sport.
Exactly. God, I can't stand that fool. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is a Jerry's pick, and I am
that's good for Dallas. It's good for Dak. I think it's good for CD. It's good for him. That all the way around. And you know who it's best for? Rico Dowdle.
Oh, right. Oh, you know what? Hey, man. Hey, you know what? This is actually one of those picks I can totally see, like, real deal happening, too. So,
yeah.
Maybe now is the time to buy some Rico. Great call. All
right. Then we just go, what's the next skilled position?
Ooh,
A.D. Mitchell to the Buffalo Bills with the 28th pick. Any receiver that's going to get drafted by the Buffalo Bills in the first round is going to be a target that I want on my team just to see. Maybe they burn. Maybe they hit. I want to find out.
Exactly. And I want to find out on my team. I love that.
Oh yeah. I don't want someone else to hit this at like the 110. And next thing you know, you're like, man, I should have drafted that at the 106.
I was going to say the 109, but you're right.
Yeah. So,
it's great.
All right. So the next one's wild. We're going to get wild here with the next two, and then we'll talk a little music. But 31st pick, Lad McConkey. Smitty, when we did the pre-call, both of us sat back and pretty much said, yeah, why didn't we think about that in the show before? But we both said That would really suck for our football teams. That would be worst case scenario for, I think, for the Arizona Cardinals and the Rams, because if they trade Ayuk, that boy fits that system perfectly.
I agree, and if they keep Ayuk, I mean that's gonna be pricey. But if the, jeez, who was that? Devonta Smith just got paid, right? That sucks because I mean, seriously, shout out to Devonta Smith, but that sucks because now his price is so high. Oh my god. But anyways, okay, if they were to pull it off and pay Ayuk at the highest price they can possibly deal with, and have Lad, we might as well just pencil him in for another Super Bowl.
Yep. Oh, man, I don't like that. Now, I want to play a little bit of a game here. Rookie draft comes around.
Yep.
Lad McConkey, A.D. Mitchell,
Okay.
Xavier Worthy, and by the way, that was A.D. Mitchell to the Bills, Xavier Worthy to the Cowboys,
Lad to the 69ers.
Lad to the 69ers, and Brian Thomas Jr. to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, to
Rank?
the Steelers.
Rank how you would draft that?
Okay, very honest, just super honest. I have to do it. A.D. Mitchell number 1, Lad McConkey number 2, A.D. to the Bills, Lad to the Niners, Worthy to the Cowboys, then BTJ, who I genuinely think is wide receiver 4, but he is now just at the bottom of the list, which is so weird to me. So, yeah, his landing spot just puts him at 4, ranking him. How would you rank this?
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
I am shocked
I mean,
because
yeah, that landing spot.
AD to the Bills, he becomes their wide receiver 1. So I rank that higher than Lad because Lad's still got to deal with Debo, and Debo is. I mean, it was very apparent that when he's on the field, that team won. When that was off, they did not. Yep. And the other ones are all wide receiver 2s to like studs. So yeah, no man, I think you're spot on. AD number 1.
Yeah, no, I mean there's potential for Brian Thomas Jr. to usurp Xavier Worthy. That's possible. I don't see it because I mean as much as I like Russ, he has some pretty bad years.
All right, so let's say for all intents purposes, Neighbors 4. So let's go Caleb. Let's go Marv. Jaden Daniels. Let's just say Drake May in there, but that could change rapidly.
Yep.
Let's say then we've got Neighbors at the 5, right? Bowers in a 1.75 premium, probably right there, or flip-flop those. Actually, Bowers might go before Neighbors, but somewhere in there. I think we can go Rome, right?
Because Rome... Wait a second. I'm sorry. Neighbors is going to the Colts. I'm going to put him... I'm going to put Rome above the Colts.
Yes, you're right. Okay, so Williams, Marv, JD, Drake May, Rome at the 5. Let's go Brock Bowers at the 6, Neighbors at the 7th.
Yes.
Now let's get crazy.
That's so sad.
Is there a quarterback drafted before A.D. Mitchell, Lad McConkey, and Xavier Worthy? Is there a quarterback drafted before then?
Because we're talking about Knicks. Can I actually, because I still believe in him. I don't think we see the second round of this thing, but if Penix does go to the Raiders, I'm gonna consider it. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna need A.D. Mitchell.
Yep. All right. So we're at the 109 right now. That
Yep.
would be maybe the quarterback at the 110 or Brian Thompson Jr., but I'd be drafting the quarterback because of the landing spot. And by the way, if Penix does go to the Raiders, I'm drafting him above J.J. McCarthy and Bo Nix in this draft.
Dude, we probably pushed J.J. McCarthy the hell out of here. Like, he's really just might be 201.
Yep. So that was cool. So, man, so there's some really good value all the way through the 111 right now. And then let's talk about Jalen Polk going to the Kansas City Chiefs at 32. Um, I don't know what the hell this does, dude. I mean, obviously it's going to spike Polk up the draft board because they got some wide receiver issues, but it sure seems like you're going to get possibility of KC's wide receiver one in the second round of the rookie draft, right?
Hey man, it worked out for Rice until it didn't. Like, I just want to admit this. Rasheed Rice's little accident in Dallas has genuinely like hindered me. Like when I'm driving down the road, I get nervous that someone's gonna just start drag racing. I'm like, what is going on, dude? Like I hate what he did. I hate how he did, and I hate the fact that he walked away. Like that is so nuts to me. Real disturbing, real POS behavior. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is Rasheed Rice's value was pretty much around this area, maybe even lower. So this tells you that the Chiefs can hit at second round receivers.
Yeah, but that's going to be an awesome piece to get in the second round. Like I really do. That's why there's so many receivers going in the first two rounds. I mean, this is going to be a draft class of wide receivers, that's for sure. But all right, man, let's get into some Billie Eilish. By the way, Smitty, we're breaking this up into two episodes. We're going to drop hour each because I just realized how fast or how long we've been going. So we're at an hour
Oh, my.
48. It's
All
all
right, well,
good.
yeah,
We're gonna do part one and part two. Let's talk some Billie Eilish. So
yeah, really quick. We were talking about the Last Dinner Party last week, which is a recent band that I fell in love with. I had to introduce him to Brian, and he enjoyed them too. He did such a great breakdown to one of their songs. And I said, you know what? We're talking about women in music. Let's talk about one of the biggest pop stars out right now, and that's Billie Eilish. So I said, hey, check out Billie Eilish's first album because that's the one that started this madness. Billie Eilish is she's a pop star, but she has this I like to call it a coffee shop type of voice where it's really low, really soothing, really freaking pretty in moments, but the music, the production, the sounds, and even the content can be a little dark, which makes me wonder how did she, with this type of project, with this type of subject matter, which is just really edgy young girl stuff, like she's talking about freaking hitting on older men. She's talking about death in many different ways. She's comparing the end of relationships to death. I mean, it's just real emo, young, little girl type stuff. But what I'm so curious about is how did this project make her such a darling? And I want to know if any of that makes sense to you.
you
Just
know,
her being massive based off of that type of music.
you know, I wanted to want to like her music.
Yeah.
I
Uh oh.
wanted to.
Uh oh.
I kind of got through half the album and I was like, look, I didn't relate. I don't know. I just I didn't connect with it. Like I don't know what it is, and I can listen to pop. I could turn on some stuff, feel like a little kid, feel a little schoolgirl, like Taylor Swift. I could turn on her songs, and I'll be like, just jam in my car, and then the song gets over. I'm like, why did I just do that? But I couldn't get into this one, and I don't know why. And probably because the only Billie Eilish song that I ever listened to was "No Time to Die," and she made so "No Time to Die." Everybody knows I'm a James Bond guy. It was my favorite James Bond movie of all time, and the reason it is that song to the intro and what they did made the whole movie. And just if I mean, she nailed that. I loved it. It's one of actually kind of one of my favorite songs from a movie standpoint.
Ooh.
But I couldn't get into anything, dude. Like I was just like, I just this it's not my shtick. So tell me why this should be something I need to listen to.
Well, to be honest with you, I can't. I really can't because I, you know, this album kind of seemed like a spike in popularity during the pandemic. And, during the pandemic, whatever's popular, you kind of have to give in just because of, because of limited, options for new stuff. So, I gave her a chance and I do enjoy it because for some reason, I do like edgy white girl music. I don't know why, and I will figure that out at some point. But what I, I mean, because we were talking about the Last Dinner Party last week, and I adore that. But anyways, what I like about it is it's not quite conventional pop. It's so much. It's so much. I gotta say, more creative in a production standpoint, which by the way, the production is completely spearheaded by her brother Phineas, who is yeah, kind of a bit of a pop star himself, but when he covers the production for Billy, like he does pretty creative things, and I really probably appreciate what he does the most. But I just do wonder because we look at the biggest pop stars now, and we look at their type of music, like Taylor Swift. You know, her being the biggest, of course. Her music is bright, it's poppy, it's like anthemic. We can like sing along to it very well, and we can all like hold hands and just smile while we do it. But this one right here, you know, we might have tears in our eyes while singing this one. I do, and I just really want to ask, how did she's almost like the antithesis of Taylor? Like it's really depressed Taylor, if I'm being honest.
Bizarro Taylor?
Bizarro Taylor, yes.
Dude, I
Bizarro.
think you're right. I absolutely think you're right. I think that's why I might not dig her because I actually I can dig Taylor Swift's music. Like it's cool to me. Like I don't know, but I also remember when she was like a country singer, you know, like my wife and like some girl, actually back then it was girls I was dating, but they listened to that. I was like, you know, okay, that's kind of catchy. Yeah. You and your white horse. Yada, yada, yada. But, yeah, I don't know. I just, you know what? All right. Here's my takeaway. Here's my full thought is, I actually understand why so many people like her music because the production of the songs, the artistic, how, you know, she did a great job. She's just, I mean, amazing. I can see why she is by far one of the top three, you know, women singers, probably number two. I don't know what the rankings are here. Smitty, you probably do, but I can understand why so many people like her. It just wasn't my thing.
Okay, well, I still don't really understand why people like it, and I honestly, it's really cool because ever since this album, something has changed. Like every time she makes a song for a film, the Oscars pretty much just hand her the award before even making the nominations, and she's just really just running the industry in ways all off of a very anti-pop album. Like it's really, I don't know. I just like to point out the fact that this is a bizarre album to be massive, and I interested, but also just confused. And it's fun because you know we normally come here and talk about albums that we adore and artists that we follow for a long time, and this is just one of these. This is a different conversation. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So I will give it another shot, but I want you to give me a
That's
different
up to
album
you.
to listen to.
A different one. I mean, we can
Because
do
she
it.
seems like she changes her style throughout her albums, right?
Yeah, the next one is different. Next one's
All right.
different. I will say that the title track for her next album is, I think, should be considered a karaoke staple.
What
So
is
like
it?
it's the title track "Happier Than Ever." It has a slow start, but then it ramps up and it gets exciting while all still being very sad.
Oh, man. You know what? We'll leave it at that. Anything else to say to our listeners before we leave out here? Because you know what next week is?
It's draft week.
Ooh, I can't
Duh.
wait, man. I, I seriously, I can't wait, Smitty. Man, all the BS we've been talking, all these BS mocks, like everybody's going to look like fools. And oh, next thing you know, all these players get horrible landing spots, and it's not a good rookie class any longer. But I can't wait, bro. So, all right. Smitty, you enjoy your night, my man. You listeners do. Cheers. Thanks for spending some time with us on a two-part episode.